everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is Grace speaking.
Hey, we are here with the second episode of The Healing Table. Welcome to The Healing Table. This is Julia speaking.
Okay, and today we are going to be talking about mental health in the South Sudanese household and the community, and basically how it's looked upon, the stigma of it, how we can honestly bring it to the table and make it more of a comfortable situation, because I know these topics are very hard for people to bring up, but these are the topics that actually cause a lot of death if not spoken about. We're going to be talking a lot about those types of things today. Today we're going to talk about the stigma and how people in South Sudan look at people who have mental health.
So, mental health is going to come in different form, okay? Because not everybody have a mental health that it was in the war. Like me, I did not experience the war. But let me tell you, all the South Sudanese going through issue. They have a mental health issue. And we don't believe in those. We don't believe in therapy. We don't believe that we are mental ill because we pretend that we're okay. But deep inside our heart over there, we know that we're not.
Yeah, I think mental health is looked at as unnecessary, or it's like you're spending money for no reason. People don't realize how much emotions can take over a person. And I feel like people always just are quick to deem people as crazy and not really take it as serious. But yeah, I think in the household and growing up, I don't think we really talked about mental health. I think when we grow up as kids, we struggle with trying to get to know ourselves. So I think that's where more difficulties come in whenever you're growing up as a young adult or even a young kid in middle school. It's like you're getting to know yourself and what you like. You go through a lot of things that you might not know how to work with your emotions about. But I feel like the last episode when we were talking about being open with one another in a family relationship, things like that could be easily caught. And my mom can speak a little bit more about it.
I know we come from South Sudan and we don't believe, or Sudan, basically, or African nation in general, we don't believe the mental health. If you have mental health, they will say, oh, he's crazy or she crazy. That's for sure. They had to take him to the mental health hospital. They don't talk about stuff like that. Why?
A lot of those don't work.
Yeah. Why they don't take it serious? Because in Africa, if you have a problem, you will go to the neighbor. You're not isolated in one place like here in America. You're just in one spot. Like in Africa, it's open. You have all the neighbor you can talk to. If you have a problem, you can talk. If there is a friend that you can talk to. You have a family, you can bring it to your problem. In Africa, if me and my husband have a problem, I will talk to his family or my family. They will gather, sit down and fix that problem. But since we're here in America, we ignore like mental health does not exist, but it is exists. And then we don't explain to our children things. And that caused depression, and that caused a mental health. That's exactly why our children have a problem. First of all, they go in problem in school. You go into different school, they will bully you. There is a bully in here. And then we don't understand our kids. And then mixed emotion. And then the hormone. All that. And then sometimes those kids, they need something, they can't have it because we don't have it, okay? And they want to achieve the dream, but they cannot get to the dream until somebody push them there. All that cause, it will bring a mental health. And then one more thing I want to leave it out. If that child, he or she got molested, or somebody touched that child in different way, it will bring immediately mental health. You will see your child change to different behavior that you never seen before. And you have to take action. We don't take it as serious, but that's the reason why those kids, if they got fed up, what they're gonna do? They're gonna kill themselves. And I know for sure all of us as the mom, as the parents, we did not bring our children here to die. We bring them here for the better life and better education. So we have to put those systems on the table. We bring it up together and we're gonna talk about it so that we can move forward. I'm gonna give it to my daughter back.
Yes, I did want to mention that 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. experience mental health problems and challenges every year. And also, if your parent has a mental health issue, it is 2 times more likely that your child will also develop those same issues. So it really is something that I feel like is happening very rapidly for our community. That is really what is being showed, is that the parents go through so much in their young adult life and they don't know how to deal with it because a lot of them are shamed to not speak about a lot of things, and then that's just built upon like pressure on themselves and pressures of just being a Black woman in the US and having to come from a whole different country and coming here and build something and try to make something out of nothing. That's a lot of pressure on parents, I feel like, as well. It could affect them, which could also affect the kids, because if they don't know how to talk about their emotions or deal with those emotions, they usually tend to take it out on their kids, and they definitely get affected from those things.
So let me add a little bit into that. She is saying all that is true because we come from Africa, the UN back, we don't have money in there. The only thing you have is your paper. Somebody like me, for example, let me say example, I am an Arabic speaker. I went to school with Arabic. English is not my language. It never been my language. When I come here, is a lot of challenge because of language barrier. I have to go to take some classes.
I remember helping her out with her citizenship test.
If you sit down, even if you don't know English, and if you want to learn, you will learn. It's very hard to take care of your kids and go to work, and you want to learn the language that you never know. It's very hard. I remember when I got here, I was like, 20 something years old? And then the first job that I have to work in the hotel, that's a true story. When I go to work, I cry because I was like, you have to drag those housekeeping. I cry every day. I work just 7 days. I swear I did not go after 7 days.
7 days is the whole week.
I was like dragging those stuff. When you come home, you do not want to eat. You do not want to talk to anybody because your body is hurting. That's the way the pressure comes from. You are coming from there, you're already tired. So when the child want to play with you or do something to you, if you don't have a good heart, you're going to slap that child. Hey, leave me alone. My body's aching and all that kind of stuff. Then you have to remind yourself like, okay, I am a mom. I left that job. They were telling me, oh, you're not going to find a job in US. I did not take it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be pulling all this stuff for a long time. Then I became and work in Selectron. It was a computer company. And I still going to school here and there a little bit. When I got in the bad car accident, I'm almost died. And I've been down for 6 months. When I was going back to work, they told me, oh, you're not going to be able to work because, you know, the doctor here, because I have to give them whatever they give me from the hospital. They were like, you're not supposed to be working. So I sit down by myself. I was like, okay, Julia, what next? You know what I did, guys? I went to school. I went to Franklin Beauty School in Houston, Texas. Mind you that I do not speak good English. I don't know how to write it or read it that good in that time. Sarah and Estella, I had to mention you guys because those girls helped me a lot. They would translate those stuff from English to Arabic so I can understand. So when I take my test and they told me I passed the state test, when everybody said, oh, she's wasting money. She's going there to do I heard all that stuff. But you know what, guys? When you put something in your heart, you will do it. I come from there, I pass my test, and I have my license, and that's the happiest time. If I go to school and I did not do anything, guess what? It's going to add pressure in my head. What I'm going to do, go back and be a housekeeper. What is going to happen to my kid? My kid, they're going to be at home. And when I come there, I'm tired. I can't talk to them. I cannot do whatever I did. I sat down by myself, and I choose this way that I have to go to school, get my license, and basically work for myself so that I can give my kid the time that I needed to give them. And that opened up that I'm able to help a lot of people, a lot of children. Like you guys know, if you go to the past video, I was pastor care mom. And I know that I touch a lot of family out there, that those kids, they stay with me here, especially in the summer. Or if somebody traveling out of country, they prefer to leave the kid here with me. And I do not have problem with that. I love doing that. And just because my job, it gives me that opportunity. Yes, we are parents. Yes, we go through a lot. Yes, we're depressed if we don't go to work. But let me tell you, guys, one key. If your child have a volleyball game or football game, yes, they understood you very well. And if you communicate with your child like, baby, my schedule is not good, but I'm gonna talk to my supervisor or my manager. I can attend your big game. Stuff like that, child will be happy. But sometimes we don't talk to our children and tell them what we're going through, and we assume they're supposed to understand and they're supposed to be cool with it.
Yeah.
And we're failing our parenting this way. I've been there for my kid in the volleyball game. We scream. In the football game, I had to take my son at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to practice. And we travel for volleyball game. We're screaming everywhere. If they're graduating, you can hear our so that is in every my kid every graduation, because you have to be a cheerleader for your kids.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot of parents who lack that, not just because they don't want to do it, but because they did not put their mind like, okay, I am busy and I am mom before I am wife. Because when you're a mom, you got to put a lot of stuff on the side. You have to think about how you're going to raise this human being to become somebody. If you go to the shopping, it's not just me, every parent can testify to that. You're going for your shopping for your own self. You're going to find a beautiful stuff for the kid and forget about you. So we understood that we're going through a lot, stuff like that, but we have to listen to our children. If your child tell you that I am going through a lot, I need help,
don't go ahead and say, oh, we didn't have no help back home. Oh, I'm tired too. Like, it's a different type of experience here in the U.S. And minimizing how they feel is the worst thing that you can do. Like,
yep. Because I heard that, oh, those kids, why are they complaining? We're back home, we trace to school. Okay, you are back home, we don't have this. Okay.
Also, why are you in competition with something that's a struggle? We should never be in competition with the struggle, I feel like.
The only thing I want to tell everybody is, I know that when you're growing up, you were like, I'm going to be a better mom. I'm going to be a better parent. But don't bring the way you've grown up and then you try to pour it to your kid. Because guess what? It's not going to work.
I think that's exactly what happened with my mom in a way. She, like, the way she grew up, that's all she knew. She was very traditional, very to her, how she was raised. And then it was us that was like, Mom, people's feelings are going to get hurt if you say that. Or take it down a notch or something.
Yeah. So
But
I have to put myself down and change the way that I used to think or I used to talk to my kid a lot. And I think this way is better way, that we can always come together and talk about issue than before anybody go to depression or try to kill herself or himself or try to turn to alcohol and other stuff, because that can be easy for anybody going through depression. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm angry, what I do, I go shopping for no reason. I will go mess up the money that I'm not supposed to be messing. That's exactly what I put my sadness in.
yeah.
And everybody has something to do when they're angry. But you don't have to be angry so long with your kid. If you guys fight or you disagree and you sit down by yourself, you know that you're wrong. You have to go back very quickly and apologize. Talk about it, and then you guys can move forward. Don't leave it stuff. It's not you did not talk about it, and then you were like, okay, it's supposed to be okay for us to move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay. You're just hurting that child. He or she is gonna put in his mind that this person doesn't care. A lot of time our children thinking we don't care. We do care, but we don't know how to approach our children. It's not about we scare, but we're thinking they are children and they're supposed to obey whatever we tell them. They're not supposed to complain.
But they have their own minds, their own hearts, their own lungs, their own everything. You
Yeah.
can't control a whole other human being. Only to a certain extent. You can give them your opinions, you can give them your best wishes, you can pray for them. And I feel like that will. And I would want to say for the young people that are going through this struggle, I would say it is really important to bring it up to the parents. And I know that not all parents are willing to hear that or listen to that, but there are a lot of online therapy things that are a lot more discounted, because I know that therapy is very expensive as well. But BetterHelp and things like that, like an app where you can, or journal. That's a big thing that I feel like is journaling down, or start making a plan for yourself in your future and how you feel, what you can do in your life currently that will change how you see
Things.
Yeah, exactly, how you see things.
I'm gonna add one more thing that they let the kids to go through depression and mental problem. Our youth, they will finish high school but don't know what they're gonna do in college.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing for a lot of kids. It's hard because your parents only know so much too, because it's their first times living in America as well, so they're going through the same system that you are. Sometimes you wish they knew more, that they could give you more advice about certain things that they probably only learned recently. It's like with parents that come here young and have us young. She had me when she was 18, so we are learning together. She already had the delay of not knowing any English and had to teach herself and be better for herself and for us. Sometimes it is a lot for the kids' education, because also the pressure I feel like the parents put on the kids. Not necessarily that they put pressure sometimes, but there is pressure on the kid to do right and do good in their lives. Being a success story is a success story for all of them. It does translate to being almost like having more pressure to succeed. At the same time, you must know that God is the only one that knows your plan, and you need to just be on your own time, but also don't take too much time thinking without actually doing anything, because then your life will pass you by before you know it.
So I want to add one thing to mental thing that I thought maybe she's gonna bring it up, but she adds it to different exit. But yeah, so when your child is going to finish high school to college, first of all, if you did not go to school here, just to put the application down is very hard, because you don't know what is what. There is a tax return stuff, there is all this stuff, and what kind of classes they can get to it, and then the financial crash. If you cannot support that child, like my daughter today, she's 20 something years, she still go to school. We pay for that phone that she's carrying. She got her laptop. We pay for her car insurance. Well, she pay for her car now, but we pay for her car insurance. Just that we give her the help that we can, because we have 4 of them. Imagine if you're not going to be able to give anything to that child. How that child is supposed to go to college?
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's a big mental problem, because you will have this dream and then the dream will shrink just in your eye, because you don't have no financial system support. And sometimes the way your parents file the tax return is not even gonna give the school to borrow you even nothing. I went through that, all that, guys. I'm talking to my experience. One of my clients one day, the first time that Brown going to college, she had to sit in the computer and calling, and she, thank God that she worked for the motherboard until she put Brown in the right track. Then I learned when Grace is going, she know how to fill her stuff, but I know more stuff than before. So I know what to bring and what not to bring. And those kids, they need the financial system. Give them financial system. I know it's going to be hard. Some of us cannot afford. And to be honest, I am so blessed with this job that I have. I give it to my kid, all of it. Like sometimes I don't have nothing, but at least they go to college, we pay that, a little thing that we can do. At least there's something we can do.
And I think that kind of still does tie into what I was saying previously.
Yeah.
It's like almost the kids wish that the parents like had a better opportunity here so that they can give them, but at the same time it's like
unlimited.
But you can't really blame them. You can't blame them for it, honestly, because all you can really do as a kid is be thankful that you're even in a position to have an opportunity to think about going to college. I think everyone should go to college. Everyone should get at least a degree in something, even if it's an associate's degree, because in this world it's really hard to be an entrepreneur and a business person. I do see my mom, she has been really successful with her braiding hair business, and I love seeing her venture into different things, because as a kid, seeing your parents become more successful and learning and growing, it's astonishing to see. Also, I feel like on my part, she is a really good role model. Even though she started with nothing, she showed the women in this family that they can do anything. Nothing could stop them. She accomplished a lot, which is honestly a big gift to us.
I've been braiding for 20 years now. I used to be a caregiver. I did it all, just that I can give my kids something they will appreciate. After all that, I can go to the volleyball game, go to the movie sometime. Sometimes we just do fun thing, we travel, go on vacation and stuff like that. After all that I've been doing, and we do that too. It just is put your plan, sit down by yourself and figure it out. I know, sorry man, I just want to talk about our South Sudanese husbands sometimes. They are very hard to support us in a lot of ways. They see everything like you going to a vacation with the kid. Why we just have to go waste up the vacation with the waste of money? It's not wasting money. If you plant a tree in the backyard and this tree is just growing up because you're putting water, you don't trim the tree so it can grow straight. Guess what? The tree is gonna go everywhere. It's gonna fall everywhere because you did not treat that tree in the good way in the first place. We as human beings, we are the same thing. If you just let your kid grow up because he just eat, you just because you give them food, you don't want to give them anything else, just the food that they eat, and oh, you can go to school with the bus, and oh, you cannot complain. Guess what? They will grow up without knowing anything around them. And then when they're grown up, you can't control them anymore. You want to bring them into you, it's going to be very hard. That's the way I can say that. I will give the microphone back to Grace.
Yeah, I think that is really very true, and that was a really good analogy or metaphor to the situation. I feel like the dads in the South Sudanese community can do a lot better at being closer with their children, especially the girls. I don't know, because basically my dad, he's just very reserved and stuff, and we love doing things with him as a family and stuff. He's really funny, he's chill, like we love spending time with him, and we only just started spending time with him now because he switched jobs and has a lot more free time. But we did miss out a lot in our childhood. And also I did want to bring up that I feel like South Sudanese parents, it's important to show that they care about each other too, mom and dad, because that home relationship sets a standard for the girls and what they should be looking for in a husband, in a person in the future. If you are with somebody who's not a good representation, it's going to be hard for that child to be in a good relationship with anybody. I feel like in the beginning it was hard for me in relationships. I only really had one relationship other than the relationship I'm in right now, but that relationship was really hard. It had something to do with not really seeing the proper way that a woman should be like
Loved.
Yeah, loved.
Treated.
Which is
So let me add a little bit into that. We come a long way here. One time I sat my husband down and basically I tell him that he have to change his job because I have one of my child, my middle child, wait for his daddy until 12 o'clock at night basically, just to have the help from the dad. And that hurt me. For your child to love you that much to wait until you come back at 12 o'clock at night from work. I'm always hear people thinking like I am a single mom because they always see me taking my kid to school in the morning and come and work, and sometimes I have to leave the customer in the chair and go pick up the kid all alone for more than 10 or 12 years. To be honest, it's very hard to change this man's mind. Very hard. Whatever they have back home there, that's the way they want to go with it. They don't know how to deal with the girls, the daughters, to treat them the way they want to be treated, to love the way those girls love them. I know any girl in the world, they love the dad so much. I am the mom, but my girls love the dad, and they come to me for everything. The girl's supposed to go to the dad for everything, but they have to come to me because the dad is not open enough that they can accept. Like when he says something, the kid, they're already scared. They're not gonna say anything after that.
It's because it's unpredictable because we don't know really him and what his answer would be. So it's okay. The only person that I know I can go tell right now, which is probably close by, I can go, she's gonna talk to me about it and then probably go talk to my dad, ease him up or something, help us in a way.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really hard.
What I've been doing for all this time, if my kid have any problem, they tell me, and then I have to sit down and figure it out how I'm going to tell my husband. Because if I just go and tell him, oh my God, it's going to be something else. So I had to find a way to bring him in. And by doing that, he become to love what I'm doing. And he was appreciate what I'm doing. And now he joined us. He used to complain about everything that when we try to do, but now he see the benefit that the kids are growing good. They're changing for the better. Now he understands what I did all this time. If your husband is tough, you gotta be soft so that you can bring people together. If your wife is very tough, the husband have to come around and bring that togetherness together. But if you guys everybody in his place, so those kids maybe they're not gonna have anybody to talk to, and that's the reason why they fell to depression.
And that's why they get into abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Domestic relationships.
Yeah. Because they don't know what is love about. What does love look like?
If the parents don't say that they love you.
If you don't tell your kid, I love you. If they did something even a little bit, they wash the dishes. Oh my God, you did a good job. I love you and thank you.
And I was gonna say that it's important for the kids to hear I love you from the parents first, because if somebody out there who's bad, who lies and say, oh, I love you, and that's the first I love you they get, that's gonna be so terrible for them, because they have a lot more problems coming ahead.
Yeah.
And then they'll really won't know what true love really is, and they'll be forever in a cycle of picking abusers.
My husband used to tell me, it's not easy to say I love you. What do you mean it's not easy? It's just a word. Can you say to your kid that you love them? They know I love them. No. You tell them that you love them. It takes a long time for him to practice to say that. Now he basically say it oftenly, and I am so grateful. But before, oh my God, it felt like the whole house is coming down just for him to say I love you for the kids. And those kids, they're waiting for that every time. They were like, Dad, I love you. Are you not going to say anything? It was hard first, but he learned how to get out from that, whatever he putting in his mind over there. And he been in Cuba, basically he's affected by the war too. So this is depression that I said maybe some stuff affected him in different way that I was not going to be able to help until he opened up. So that's depression that I'm talking about. But I thank God that he changed a lot from the when, we here. When in Africa, you cook, you eat, you have a lot of people in the house. Sometimes you're not going to see your husband until in the night time. That's the truth. You have fun with everybody, and you're not going to be mad. You're not going to be even thinking. But here, we are just in one spot, like you and your family. That's the only people you got. You don't have anybody. You go to the shopping, nobody knows. You go to the church, say hi, and nobody even personally know you. You go to the party, you say hi and party, in a couple of minutes, you're coming home to your family. That's the problem here. I think we have to build all that relationship back up. And for my children that are going through a lot, please, before you think about killing yourself or destroy yourself, there's a one thing here that I forgot almost not to say it. Some children, they didn't mean to smoke or be in the drugs. But some of the friends, because they're jealous of that child, because he hanging out with them, they will put it in the drink, or they can put it in the water. As soon that person drink that water or they drink or whatever, they will turn crazy. And when they get exposed to that, we don't have a place to take them to clear all that out. And then guess what? That child is already messed up. If we cannot get him out, not all of them run through drugs because they're going through a lot, but some of them that I know, their friend put them in that situation, for sure. You go with the crowd, they were like, oh, this person thinking he's better than me or she's better than me, I'm gonna show her. She's not gonna know. When you go into the bathroom, they're gonna put something in your drink. By the time you drink it, you're already a different person. So there is a kid like that. I'm sorry, children, but I need you guys to think about if we can help in any way to bring you guys out from that shadow. I know we're just starting this thing, but I know from inside my heart that it's gonna help somebody. If you grow, it's gonna help a lot of people. Basically, we're gonna do it to the non-profit organization one day that we can help even more. Because I know talking is cheaper, but doing is a very hard thing to do. Let me give the mic to Grace. She can tell us what next.
Yes, so I think that's just gonna be the conclusion of this episode. Just want to reiterate that it is really important that if you suffer from any type of mental health issues, please talk to somebody. I'm sure if you went to at least one person and told them about that, they would not say that they do not care. Please talk to your friend, somebody. Even if it's not your friend, even come to us, send us anything in the Google form. We will definitely try to get in contact with you and give you any type of advice or any type of help that we can provide. That's what we're here to do as well.
And I just want to say sorry to one of the Sudanese girls who tried to reach out to me. I did not know that those form is not ready. So she tried to contact me, and I wish I sent her my phone number. I'm gonna try to get you again because Facebook is not functioning. I talked to a little bit about the highlight, and she loved what she hear from my mouth. And we're gonna fix Facebook so that we can bring you and you can tell us what you want to say. I really appreciate you, and I am so happy that you want to come in and talk to us. For anybody out there, even if you're parents, this is for everybody. Even if I'm hurting, I have to tell somebody about it. But if I tell you, don't go run your mouth and talk about my problem to everybody. Sometimes that's the problem that it makes us not to go to each other.
Yeah.
Because you can keep everything confidential. You will make it like a laughing stock. What that really a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take it that way, and that's not a good way. When somebody tells you something and it's really something meaningful, that means that person trusts you to come and it takes her a gut to just come to talk to you. So you have to really reconsider and put whatever she tells you, close it somewhere. Okay? Put it somewhere in the side and think about it. If you can advise, that will be great. But if you don't have any advice, please send her or him to us to a healing table in the Google form. I know soon you guys are gonna find us in Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and then we just finished our YouTube channel today. You guys are gonna see us a lot. We're gonna need your support. We're gonna need you guys to share this video and come together so that we don't have to lose more children. We can heal each other, or you can heal yourself by listening to the video, and you will know what to do. I'm gonna be talking about my
Personal experiences.
what I go through, my daughter here, what she goes through, and how we become together and figured it out some stuff. When I introduced the idea, they will all love it. Even my auntie daughter, she was so happy. She can't wait until everything running. I know that this thing is gonna come very good for a lot of people. I need you guys to share. You guys have a great
And
day.
subscribe. Don't forget to
Subscribe and please share. If you in TikTok, please, Facebook is not out yet. You guys share it so they can get to everybody. So those children, give it to them. If they have any issue, they don't even know who we are. If they have us in the phone, they can email us so we can talk to them before anything go wrong, because a lot of stuff going on every day.
Yes.
Every day. So we just had to pray for the best. Thank
Yes.
you. See you guys next week.
Goodbye. God bless.